basement. Level vibes with another one. Straight up. Blackness, aye. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, we have to gather wrong, grab a seat and sit down, pay attention. Education, liberation, we have to stand strong. Benskop upon the radio, lively up the program. Everybody call somebody and let them turn and tune and on the radio and catch the boom song. We boom it up already, we have to boom it up again. Expose and reveal him. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the truth. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop.
This is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you, so call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
All right, it's 9 minutes after 9 o'clock. My name is Mark Benskop. We've got a breaking news story. You know, we have lots of reporters on the ground. Well, you know, the Straight Up family, the Straight Up village. We see right off the bat, I did see an earlier report of massive fire. And that's over a charity Essequibo, that community market. Thank you, Commissioner Cole. You say breaking news, multiple reports coming in about a fire that is currently ripping through the community market charity in the Essequibo. And that's the breaking news story. Fire, more fire. Yes, buildings have to, they got to make money just like the schools and now the markets and these sort of things. You're hearing of a fire officer who is trying to disconnect the power lines to the charity market currently on fire has been electrocuted. Electrocuted. Interesting. Sorry about that. Those are the news that's now popping in. Lots of report coming in at this point in time. Major fire and this is coming from the sorry about that report coming in from the fire department, the fire service of Guyana. It says here the Guyana Fire Service, along with the Guyana Police Force, is working assiduously to bring a fire under control, which is occurring now at the charity market in Essequibo. There are 2 fire tenders currently operating to bring the blaze under control, which started at approximately 1920 hours. And at this time, we also have to report that one of our officers received a mild electrical shock during firefighting activities. He was taken to the hospital and treated. Additionally, another rank was also injured at the scene and required medical attention. The Guyana Fire Service is asking residents to remain vigilant and to keep a safe distance as firefighters work to extinguish the blaze. And that's according to the fire service. It is not yet under control, but they're trying their best. Sorry about that. All of the text messages coming in at this point about the fire out there in Essequibo. Just lots of things from one to the next. How are you guys doing this evening? Let's not forget Plaisance. Recently, Jacques Dieu and his goons went into Plaisance and attempted to disrupt the entire village. Since then, everything has gone quiet. What's happening in the village of Plaisance? If you are there right now, give us a quick update as to what's happening. It's quiet. It doesn't mean that they are not planning, but whatever plans that they had in mind, we televised it. We showed it all over social media, and so they had no other cause but to run, duck, and hide. But it doesn't mean it's the end of the world for them. They are still planning. So you folks out in Plaisance, you're going to have to regroup. You're going to have to come again. You're going to have to be stronger, and in order to stand up against the corrupt PPP regime. I repeat, stand up against the corrupt PPP regime. Good evening to all of you. I know it's been a busy day for some of you, maybe all of you, but it has been a busy day for us at this end at 107.1 FM. And usually we have our attorney, in-house attorney, with us, but she's not with us this evening. They have other stuff to do. And Wayne Caesar as well has been on twice with us today. He is taking a rest, at least, from being on the air. And, Wayne is always busy, even in the comment section. He's busy getting information on the ground as well. So I want to take this time out to say thank you to Attorney Shellen Washington, for a busy week here on 107.1 FM. And the same for Mr. Wayne Caesar. All right, so let's head back to what's happening over there in Essequibo, that fire. Take a look at what's happening there. Charity community market. 2 firefighters injured. They seem to be okay for now, and let us just keep them in prayers. So this is happening right now at the charity market. Big fire. Usually people want those waterfront areas for personal reasons. And, whenever these things happen, we just got to keep that right at the back of our mind, that this is what it's about. And this is not running and accusing anyone of anything, but usually all these fires are suspicious. These fires are suspicious. suspicious. I repeat, these fires are suspicious. The school fires are suspicious as well. Look at Priya Manikchand jumping on top of the mountain and boasting and bragging about all the billions of dollars in contracts to repair and to rebuild those schools. Speaking of schools, I want us to go to Linden. At least for now, we go to Linden. Good evening to you guys. Almost $300 million for that. I believe it's a primary school in Linden. Almost or a little over $300 million. And those folks that was actually that they were given that contract of almost $300 million. You're telling me that it's approaching 2 years now and not even a classroom was built. There should be an investigation into what those guys, those so-called contractors, Kashif and Shanghai and the other set of guys, what have they done with the money? What exactly have they done with close to $300 million of taxpayers' monies? Only God knows what they have done with that. I repeat, only God knows what they have done with that. And we've got to pay attention. I agree with Thomas Pearson. Distractions, that's what it is. Distractions, distractions indeed. Another breaking news coming in at this point in time. Interesting. Breaking news, gunmen open fire on Campbellville businessman, shot and injured is Safraz Khan. He has been rushed to hospital in a critical condition. Safraz Khan, that is, according to NCN, they have him listed as a businessman. Safraz Khan, gunmen open fire on Campbellville businessman, shot and injured is Safraz Khan. If it is the Safraz Khan, Safraz Khan is certainly no stranger to controversy. If again it is that person, but we're hearing that the government mouthpiece entity, news entity that is, National Controlling Network, because they want to control people. Is saying that Safraz Khan is dead. That's according to NCN. We are just getting the information being sent to us, and so this is just basically what we're hearing at this point in time, that Safraz Khan has been shot and injured, and we're getting lots and lots of other information, lots of other information coming in to us, and so we just got to, if you can, please, if this is the same person, Safraz Khan, in 2018, same Campbellville resident was yesterday charged and granted bail back in 2018 in relation to discharging a loaded firearm outside of the Palm Court Night Club. It was alleged then that Khan, on October 28 at Main Street, Georgetown, discharged a loaded firearm with 100 yards of a public. Khan has since denied that, and that was back in 2018. Again, if that is the Safraz Khan that we're hearing at this time, that was shot and critically injured, then we will, hopefully by the end of tonight's program, we probably will get you more details as to the actual condition of Safraz Khan, the Campbellville businessman. And then again, that fire out there in Essequibo, the fire in Essequibo. It's a low night for me. We should have another guest later on with us. That is, if that other guest is at home in time so that we can hear from her. But for now, this is what we are getting, the latest news. Miss, well, if she joins us, then you'll know who it is. If she joins us, that is. I'm just not going to get that out as yet. But let's see here. M.O. is asking, what has happened? Well, Charity, there's a fire out there in Charity Community Market. As of now, Charity Community Market, major fire. And a businessman, a Campbellville businessman, I'll just pause to take a quick phone call.
Hello, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington law firm located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
All right, sorry about that. Welcome back. Lots of horrible things happening in Guyana. We're hearing that it's an execution-style killing, and I don't want to jump the gun on that. But what we're hearing is that 5 heavily armed gunmen, pulled up and shot Safraz Khan, who is the brother of Imran Khan. Again, these guys are no stranger. They're familiar. So Safraz Khan, we are told, and we don't want to be the first to jump out and say that anyone has died as a result of this. But what we're hearing from different sources, I just got another source who is confirming that Safraz Khan was killed execution style. And we are just saying these are just reports for now. We don't want to give you guys wrong information. Some media outlets are saying that he was executed. Some are saying he critically injured. And but we just don't know as of now. But that is what critical condition we're hearing, executed. I just got a report from one of my police source at Ivleri has said that 5 men in a vehicle, heavily armed, executed Safraz Khan. So we're getting different pieces of information. Guyana, right? And with this sort of killing, assuming, with this sort of situation that's happening in the country, let me just forewarn you guys. Let me just say this off the top, that it is just not going to be nice at all. Very dark days are ahead. It is not going to be nice at all. Execution-style killings have returned under the PPPC regime because this particular hit or execution, there will be repercussion. Street repercussion, that is. There will be repercussions in the streets because knock, get, knock back. They are going to knock back, and they're going to knock back at each other. It's not going to go away just like that. I'm just going to forewarn you guys on what is to come. But if you're now joining us, let me remind you guys that there's a fire out there. Charity Essequibo, 2 firefighters injured. We wish them a speedy recovery. And then execution style killing, we're hearing. That's the report. It hasn't been confirmed, but execution style killing out in Campbellville, or some of their Campbellville businessmen. So we still have another maybe 40 minutes or so more on this show, on this show, that we will give you all the pieces of information. But let's get back to the local happenings as well, the politics. So somebody's asking me here, Bonita is asking a question. Well, this is not Bonita, but Kelly Abrams McKay. Good night to you. Reminiscent of the Jack Deere, Roger Khan Death Squad era. Oh, perfect. Well said, indeed. But I wanted to get to another point that I made. That someone made, asking whether it's going to be a tit for tat. Of course, it's going to be a tit for tat. This would be a brutal weekend in Guyana. It will be a tit for tat. And these are things that are expected. We expected these things under the PPPC regime. We expected these things under the PPPC regime. And as Wayne Caesar is saying here, Blinken just left, and here goes an execution-style murder and a fire. Guyana under the PPPC. Exactly. Guyana under the PPPC. I'm reading your comments, actually. Tonight, I just thought that to come on with you. It's been a busy day, but we have work to do, right? Can't give up. So, Joylyn Cutting, good evening to you, ma'am, is saying here, I'm patiently awaiting for the war between... Thank you so much for your comment. The war between Jagdeo and Irfan, it is on. Let me explain to you guys what do I mean by that. And thank you for that comment, Joylyn. Really do thank you for that. Let me explain something for you guys. The war is on. The war is on between Jagdeo and Irfan Ali. Have you seen Jagdeo anywhere close to Blinken, Secretary of State Blinken? No. Have you seen him anywhere close around this event today? No. While they were preparing to meet and to have, or while they were meeting, Irfan and his team were meeting with Blinken and his team. Guess what? Jagdeo was doing his own thing. Jagdeo had a press conference held almost the same time that Irfan Ali was about to have his joint press conference with Blinken. So, Joylyn, if you're asking about a war between Jagdeo and Irfan, Airhead Ali, the war is on. The war is on between these guys. It's not just in the streets it's at Freedom House. It's at Office of the President. The war is on. The war is on. So another bit of information with regards to that. Another source is saying that Safraz Khan is not dead. And that's why I'm saying we are just going with reports, what we heard. Another source is saying that he's not dead, and that one person opened fire out of a vehicle with an AR-15 rifle. AR-15. So different. So we're going to ease up on that until we get an official report on whether he was shot to death or not. So we are not going to waste much time going back and forth with whether he's dead, whether he's not alive, whether he's alive, whether he's critical. We just don't know as yet. So joking, I like calling that name, joking isn't joking. Joking is saying the installed regime is at it again. Indeed, the installed regime is at it again. I saw my friend, my good friend, Lionel, is on. Hi, Lionel. You know who you are, Lionel. Good evening, Lionel. I'm checking some of your comments here, and while some messages are still flowing in about the shooting. Um, so, okay, so some folks are saying that they saw photographs floating around. Well, they probably caught him in for a little photograph. He is not of much importance at all. All Jack Dale looks for is for money and hustle, money and hustle, money and hustle. That's all they do, money and hustle. All right, so what about this here? Let me show you guys the difference. Blinken was in Trinidad and Tobago. He was there, and look, U.S. Secretary of State names prosecutor for Caribbean firearms, prosecutions, help for Haiti, blah, blah, blah. And he's saying, you can come to America. But look at how Blinken, look at the difference. Blinken in Trinidad and Tobago. Look at the difference. Look at how he's enjoying himself in Trinidad and Tobago. Enjoying himself. Have you seen that in Guyana where he went out there and knock little drums and these sort of things? No. You know, protesters were out there in their numbers. They greeted the U.S. Secretary of State to remind him that all things are not well in Guyana. Things are not well in Guyana. And Lionel, you know what I mean? Things are not well in Guyana. Okay, so what do you guys think of this here now? Let me get your take on the leader of the opposition popped in as quickly as possible. I assume this is at the U.S. Embassy. It looks maybe the ambassador's office. Sorry, more information coming in, fire and shooting and so forth in Guyana. Sorry about that, guys. So what is your take on this photograph here with the leader of the opposition and the leader of the opposition and Secretary Blinken? What is your take on that? I'm looking at your comments. They met briefly. Again, appears to be Sarah's office, the U.S. ambassador to Guyana. And I do believe I'm looking at your comments so that you guys can get that opportunity to share your views. Carl Miller is saying, Mark, I'm happy Blinken found time to meet with Norton. He was given a dossier. And okay, they're always they're given the same thing over and over, you know. Let's hear Aliyah Waldron. Aliyah Waldron is saying, USA scamps don't give a crap about anything. Okay, Aliyah. Okay. Yeah. Gerald Brung is saying Blinken was asking if the young lady was freed yet from the PPP. Actually, not a message from Blinken's office, the State Department, questioning them about that. And I read the response earlier, and they said basically, we cannot. Okay. Hi, Mark. We cannot comment on this individual case as it is a matter for the Guyanese police and judicial system. Well, we all know that the Guyanese police doesn't give a rat's. You know what? And the judicial system is broken, even though some who told us to allow the system to work seem to still be fast asleep. They response to my questions came back, and one of them says here, however, Secretary Blinken is aware that the minister resigned on Tuesday. Next is, around the world, women and girls are the most vulnerable in societies. The Secretary of State hopes the young woman who is the subject of this matter is receiving compassionate and helpful assistance. Regards, State Department. All right, so at least that's the State Department's position on the issue. We don't know what has happened to the girl. There's no reason for her to still be in protective custody. She seems to be there. Maybe she has been released. Maybe she's in a safe house. But two persons can answer, or three persons should be able to answer that for us, but we know they wouldn't. That is the Home Affairs Minister, also the Minister of Social Security, Ms. Prasad, and the other is the Minister of Indigenous Affairs, Pauline $2.5 million teeth Sukai. So a lot of folks are concerned about this, the whereabouts of the young lady, and rightly so. Now, we're told that today happens to be the birth anniversary of Aubrey Norton, the leader of the opposition. And on behalf of all of you, whether you guys give him an A grade, B grade, C minus, a F, whatever, on behalf of all of you, we want to take this time out to wish Aubrey Compton Norton, the leader of the opposition, a happy birthday, happy birth anniversary to the leader of the opposition. And we wish him many, many more years to come. Also, based on what I saw on Ganesh Mahipal's page, Ganesh Mahipal is celebrating a birthday today as well. Ganesh is celebrating his birth anniversary as well. So we want to take this time out also to wish Ganesh Mahipal a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Ganesh, on behalf of everyone, including those who may give you a B plus, a B, a C minus, or whatever. Happy birthday to you, Ganesh Mahipal. Somebody says, Gerald says, first time they're seeing Aubrey Norton looking presidential. You guys are something else. And somebody's saying how many times Ganesh born? Every day. Every day is Ganesh birthday. Every single day. Somebody saying his birthday was yesterday. Okay. Every day is Ganesh birthday. And you guys are right about that. Ganesh, every single day is Ganesh birthday. I think he probably collects a lot of prags. So reminds me of in Camp Street. Every week is one of them guys' birthday. They want a waggy. Hey, today's my birthday, man. I want a waggy. If any one of you knows what a waggy is, I know you've been there. If you can tell me what a waggy is, you get $13 here. And some other important news, some mayors have been sworn in. The mayors of Georgetown and other places. Linden, we have Sharma Solomon. I believe his name is Nkosi. Sharma Nkosi Solomon is the newly elected mayor of Linden, and along with a youngster by the name of Dominique Blair is the deputy mayor. We take this time out to congratulate both the mayor and the deputy mayor, Sharma Solomon and Dominique Blair, and we wish them much success there in Linden. In Georgetown, they have a guy who didn't win his constituency, Mentor. Mentor is now the mayor of Georgetown. He slipped through the back door and got in through what is called the PR seat. So Mentor is the mayor of Georgetown, and there is another a female deputy mayor by the name of Miller. Denise Miller is the deputy mayor of Georgetown. Mayor and deputy mayor of Georgetown. We wish them success. And now let's go to New Amsterdam. New Amsterdam. No swearing in of the mayor nor deputy mayor. That should be done tomorrow. I repeat, that should be done tomorrow. And we expect to hear that Mr. Wainwright, I believe his Wainwright, he served as the deputy mayor in the previous council. He should be elected as the mayor of New Amsterdam tomorrow, June 7th. The mayor of New Amsterdam should be, and you guys, Charlene Jordan said mayor-elect. Okay, fair enough, mayor-elect, I stand corrected. And the deputy mayor of New Amsterdam should be Mr. Kirk Fraser. That's according to information. But those mayors and deputy mayors and so forth, we will be watching them right here on 107.1 FM. And they have promised their constituencies to do good. And we will ensure that we hold them accountable and to ensure that they deliver. And if the central government is going to continue to stymie the process, well, then we will just have to ensure that the mayors and the deputy mayors do what is right to stand up and protest and defend their tongues. We are here for those who have been elected. And if their tongues are being neglected, then we join with them and highlight and expose the corrupt PPP regime. All right, so what else is happening? Lots of things have gone quiet. Like I've said earlier, the Plaisance situation, we haven't heard back anything about it. This situation with the policeman placing the gun and his knees over this guy's head, nothing about that at all. There are other matters we haven't heard anything about. The fire, well, we're hearing about another fire in Charity. So the 20 young people, young ones that were killed as a result of that fire set at that dorm, that the UNICEF presented a report to Priya Manikchand's office, and we are told that Priya Manikchand, did absolutely nothing at all. Look, I want to make this point clear, and hopefully some of you guys will get the message. Tonight is it's a peaceful night for me until someone pops up a question as though I, Mark Anthony Benshop, should know everything. And this is where I go from 0 all the way to 100. But I wouldn't flip out like that while here, Madman, or Jack Deere and those other madmen. Look at the question this guy is asking me. Mark, what about Barbara Pilgrim? Look at the question this guy is asking me. Sherwin Fraser. What about Barbara Pilgrim? Look where I am. How am I going to know whether Barbara Pilgrim is at Freedom House, plucking chicken for Jack Deere and them, sit down flat on the ground, plucking chicken? The former mayor, take a look at her. Former mayor of New Amsterdam, Barbara Pilgrim, plucking chicken at Freedom House. How am I going to know where she is and what she's doing? She's also a former member of parliament. But I'm not going to go from 0 to 100 with this question. I'll give Barbara an award. Barbara deserves an award right off the bat. I'm glad Sherwin Fraser asked about her, but she deserves this award. Okay, so let's thank you so much for that. That I hope that answers your question, Sherwin. In other words, I don't know where she is, and I really don't care where she is. But she's not going to be going in the council at all. She's not. She probably will be given a job somewhere in the Ministry of Local Government because she just got eat. And that's what these people are about. She just got eat. Now, let me head back. I was a bit distracted with what that question the person posed. Priya Manikchan and the fire. 20 young people lost their lives. These people, I don't know how they sleep. I just don't know how they sleep at all. Um, you know, 20 young people lost their lives, and these pakus, these demons in the PPP, just pick up their trash, pick up their belly, sorry, pick up their trash and just run with it. They just do not care. After the Madhya fire and so forth, she rushed with this, what is it, $40,000, $40,000 education grant or whatever is it, cash grant, whatever. And that's what they do. They disrespect Guyanese. They think Guyanese are a bunch of dotish people. That's what they think. And so they ran from that into a cash grant and forgot every single thing about these 20 persons who died as a result of that fire. 20 young people died. Shame on you, Priya. Well, yep, that's Priya. I recognize Priya indeed. Can't miss her. So sorry about that. 20 young people. 20 young people died. We have heard recently from Paku about, we have heard from this Paku that there will be what is called a commission of inquiry into the death of those 20 persons. A commission of inquiry. All we heard is that a man who will be paid to rule in favor of the PPP. Oh, nothing really happened, negligence of the little girl that they rushed and they charged. No proper legal representation before she was charged and these sort of things. Nothing at all. And I have a strong suspicion that they have planted that charge or just basically they have railroaded that girl. That is what they have done. That poor little girl, just railroaded her. But they didn't wait for the system to work for her, but they want people to wait for the system to work for Dharamlal. I know you guys are seeing the difference, right? I hope you guys are seeing the difference. We hope that little girl that they charged, this little girl that they charged, we'll continue to pray for her. I don't believe the story entirely. I just don't believe, knowing the PPP and how they rush to cover things up, I just do not believe this story that she did what they're accusing her of doing. I just don't believe the story. For some reason, I don't believe the story. Maybe because it's coming from the PPP. I just do not believe the story at all. And then, you know what they did? Took them out of the hospital, these little kids, dragged them out of the hospital and in front of the camera so that they can get some cheap political mileage. Drag these young girls out of the hospital. I am almost certain that they just don't give a damn about them. If you ask, have they visited them? No. But what we heard was that one minister per family, one minister will be attached to the families of these folks. One minister. Just like they had a corrupt one laptop per family, so they have here now one minister per family. One minister. Have we heard, it's over a month plus now, have we heard of any report of which minister is attached to whom and any report on how the family's doing, family members are doing? What about the survivors? How are they doing? What sort of treatment are they getting in terms of counseling? What sort of compensation to the families? Have we heard anything at all? No. So this whole thing about one minister per family was just basically a publicity stunt on the part of the corrupt, illegal PPP regime. That's exactly what it was, a publicity stunt. And I spell stunt, S-T with a T and not any other letter. Stunt. But you guys can replace the T with whatever else. Publicity, good. There you go, Lionel. There you go, Lionel. Replace the T and say publicity. That's what it is. Because they don't care about the families. They don't care about the survivors. Look at what they went there. Do you think this woman that's stooping down in front of these little kids there? I don't even remember her name. Whatever her name is. You guys can help me out. Something is her name. Something is her name. Come on, guys, help me out. I've had a busy day plus old age. Come on, Lionel, help me out. Waldron. Onage Waldron. These people feel that they're so proper. I don't really like proper people. I mean, I get along with proper people, but don't come and force your properness and your uppityness on me. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You dare not. When she was a magistrate, you dare not. And I have this strong feeling that I think I appeared in front of her once. I have this strong feeling she wanted to send me at Camp Street a while now. I have this strong feeling that, guys, please, how we operate on this program. We're big people, and let's keep it really nice and sweet and respectful. But do you think Onage Waldron, these proper people, Onage Waldron, yes, Miss Simons, Onage Waldron was a magistrate. She was a magistrate. Almost everybody in Guyana was a magistrate. I was a magistrate in Camp Street too. You know how many cases I tried in Camp Street? But when it came to my case, I couldn't try mine because it was conflict of interest. So I put it down for 5 years after, right? Onage Waldron, back to Onage Waldron. You think they care about these kids? Ask them when last they dropped a hamper. Ask them when was the last time they dropped a hamper or picked up the phone to call to see how these little girls are doing. It's just for the camera, guys. They don't mean anything. They're not concerned about these people. They're just not. Onage knew the camera was on her. She knew it. You see that smile? She knew what she was doing. A bunch of vagabonds indeed. Shame on these people. Shame on these PPP clungs. Look at what they've done to these little girls. Look at it. Display them for the public and then toss them out. Don't give a damn about them. No report on development to say that every month they get a package. Every month they get some doctors and some counselors to go and meet with these people, these young people, to talk to them, to counsel them. This is how I would like to see our taxpayers' money spent. This is how I want to hear our taxpayers' money spent. Not wasting billions, say that they're giving out back to school crap when back to school is 3-4 months away from now. And they know it's just a massive corruption scheme that they have going on. That's what it is. Let us hear that these children, sorry about that. I sound like that crazy guy with enough hair, right? And that one that claimed that he went to IFLAT University. These children, we want to hear that they're getting good treatment. I don't know, something to make these kids comfortable. But we can't depend on the corrupt PPP for that. We can't, because they are corrupt. Look at this little girl. They charged her. They slapped her with 20 murder charges without any proper investigations. 20 murder charges, and the investigation isn't complete as yet. So if the investigation is incomplete, how on earth you're going to charge her with 20 murder charges if you're still conducting your investigation? And every time the young lady goes to court, that's it. They're not ready. They're just not ready. And then in Guyana, they want to tell us, let the system work. Let the system work. And then they leave us in midair, and they're gone and they're sleeping. They're still sleeping on it, but they want us to Let the system work. I guess better must come. But when? Better can't come like this. Better cannot come when the system is broken. The system is broke up. The PPP has destroyed the system. So anybody who's telling you guys or who's telling us to let the system work. All right. Calm down, Mark. Calm down. While we let the system work, they're rigging the system. All over, they're rigging the system. They're destroying the system. Look at her. You think under this woman's leadership at the DPP chambers that the system will ever work? But yet they say, let the system work. Let the system work. The system was working, this little boy. Look, justice for our sisters. And yet they're railroading this little girl. Railroading this little girl. Look, let the system work. He's allowed to pull out a gun, probably the biggest gun he has, pull it out, displayed it. But he wouldn't do that with any other thing, but he carries that 9mm and feel it's okay. He can pull it out and show off in public. And they're saying, let the system work. No charges, no nothing. He hasn't been arrested or nothing. Absolutely nothing. Then they want us to let let the system work. Look at this. Home Affairs PS phone confiscated by U.S. authorities. Question, her passport, her visa revoked, and they still haven't done any investigations. Nothing at all, but they want us to let the system work. We must sit back and let the system work. This guy murdered in front of Palm Court. A so-called businessman is accused, his security accused of the murder, but yet they want us to let the system work. We must sit back and let the system work. And this guy, the cop who brought to the attention about the cover-up of that crime, has become the culprit in the eyes of the system. The whistleblower is the guy who's paying the penalty, all because he exposed those corrupt guys in the Guyana police force. Yet they want the system to work. By the way, watch out for the news that Hicken will be going home soon. And when I say home, you know what I mean by home, right? I don't mean any other home other than exactly what it is. He will be going home soon. Let the system work. Allegations upon allegations about this senior police officer. Allegations upon allegations. But yet they want the system to work. Indeed. Lionel. Indeed. Guyana doesn't have a system. Doesn't have a system. Look at Roxanne Bess. Her son was murdered. And to this day, no justice for her, nor her family. But yet they want the system to work. What system? What system? I don't know. But you guys remember all of this here, right? And Jack Deere and his association with gangs and killing squads. That's Jack Deere. That's Jack Deere for you guys. But yet they want the system to work. What system? That's a good question. What system? This is from one of those overnight so-called security agency in Guyana, Jumbo Jet. And then we saw a couple of other security guards got arrested with some brand new guns a couple of days ago. That is from, we're hearing that some of them are from Akbar. And the real culprits have not been arrested. And we're hearing a bunch of corruption as well. And the other day, you guys saw in the news that a soldier was killed. I believe he was a captain, a Coast Guard captain, was killed, hijacked his car, carjacked. But what they're not going to say to you, and I need for the police force, and I'm going to bring this to you guys' attention, and you know we do not deal with propaganda on this program at all. But it is for this guy, Caesar, to respond to the allegations that the guy, the mechanic in Kitty, who sent those two robbers to carjack the Army's car, to carjack his car, and take the car over to the mechanic, because you know what they do with that, right? You know exactly what they do with that. And so to take that car to the mechanic place, we are told, mind you, that the mechanic paid a senior police officer $2.5 million. Now, we saw this in the news where the police indicated that the person who sent them to buy the car, to rob the guy for his car, didn't purchase the car. He didn't take the car after he sent them for the car. He didn't take the car because they killed the soldier. And that guy who said he didn't take the car because they killed the soldier, he is not charged. Only the two guys are charged. Yet, and look, we may have some lawyers who are watching, yet the main guy who sent the guys them to carjack the guy for his car pulled himself out and saying, no, I didn't know that they killed the guy. And so after he learned that they killed the guy, he didn't want the car. He should be charged. He should have been charged. And it's not too late to charge him. But the question, do you think the police is going to charge him? Do you think they're going to want to charge him? And so I'm looking at some of your comments, indeed. Do you think whenever we have a trench grapple, please bring it to our operator's attention. Please bring it to our, we have a Navendra Singh, the usual trench grapple. When you, the bench cap, was jailed for your criminal behavior. What criminal behavior? This criminal, I'm sure he's a backtracker. I'm sure he's probably lying down with Thomas in a basement in Queens, or the border of Queens and Brooklyn. Anyways, he's probably there with Lionel too, you know, and that's the level of their intelligence, right? Well, can't be with Lionel, right? Right, Emo? Can be with Lionel at all. But we've got to move on. You know, when these trench grapples come on, you got to bring it to our attention. You got to ring the trench grapple bell. Ring the trench grapple bell. Ring the bell for these trench grapples. Ring the bell for them. Now back to that body shop or mechanic shop owner in Kitty. Right next to, we're told that right next to, what is it, where the AFC's office is. Right there. They should go back and question that guy. $2.5 million? Now, I don't know how accurate that is, but, you know, we need to ask these cops who did the investigations, that season then, laundry. We need to ask these guys whether it is true that they took, to cover up the crime, $2.5 million from the mechanic in Kitty. $2.5 million. Because again, look, let's lay it out here. If, for example, the mechanic guy sent those two guys to rob the guy of his car, and then when the guy got robbed, his car got carjacked, and he took the car, and they took the car over. Thank you, Claude Biram, the captain of the Army name is Rondell Douglas. Thank you so much. The late Rondell Douglas, and to his family, our deepest condolences. But the family should try to get some information in this matter. If the mechanics sent those two guys to carjack, and then in the process they killed that army captain, Rondell Douglas, and those two guys who went to rob him of his car are charged with murder, why then the person who sent them to commit the crime isn't charged? Well, that is why I'm asking that these cops should answer some serious questions as to whether they took $2.5 million. $2.5 million. $2.5 million. Conrad Wright was one of them who was actually charged. Well, we're getting information that Conrad Wright, who sent his son and all manner of different things, whoever is Conrad Wright, but we'll get down to the matter of it. But these cops have to answer some serious questions about whether they took $2.5 million. $2.5 million. Every time there's a corruption, Caesar's name is calling. Every time there's allegations of corruption, Caesar's name is calling. Caesar's name is calling. His name is calling all the time. Every single time. I don't know. But yet there are some people, there are some folks who basically want us to sit back and let the system work. Let the system work. They just want us to sit back, put our hands up. Put our hands up. Put our hands up. The same mechanic has a firearm. He's a licensed firearm holder, sorry. And he had his firearm lodged, and he paid allegedly $1 million. $1 million to get it back. And you see the level of corruption in the Guyana police force? Corruption galore in the Guyana police force. But yet, they want the system to work. They want to tell us, let the system work. What system? I don't know. I just don't know what system they are talking about. Maybe we should all just go and sleep on it. All of us should just go and sleep on it. But we're seeing new crimes now. Romance scheme. Nigerian national fireman, charged with defrauding woman. Romance, that's all they're going after now, romance. Romance scheme. Oh, I love you, baby. Send $100 for me now. Oh, yeah. And then you get in charge now. Oh, Father. Then you get in charge of send $100, send a little 50 for me. And these are, Lionel. Oh, gosh. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. But that's just some other piece of news that we're getting. People just sending me these information as though I should just read every single thing. Charity fire, charity market on fire. And we're looking at it. Go to the Village Voice News if you guys want more information. Go to the Village Voice News. You'll see lots of other things there. Let me give these folks a plug. Queen's PNCR Group presents annual fundraising event at Solomon's Residence, 193-18 Linden Boulevard in St. Albans, New York. That's Queens, New York, of course. Head on down there. It is Saturday. Tickets only $25 in advance, $30 at the door. Just go. I'm giving them a free plug. Go and support the event. Let's sit on there, Emo and Lionel, and have a drink. Who knows? All right. So, hey, guess what's happening? Here's where I want to pull the curtains down. And it's been a very busy day for me. Luckily, I decided to come on here. A bit tired indeed, but it's always a pleasure as we bring information to you guys. The fire charity, some guy out in Campbellville shot. We're hearing that execution style. We're hearing that he's critical. We don't know, so we're not going to pronounce on his condition, whether he's dead or not. We are not going to pronounce on that here because we do not know. Let me see what else you guys are saying before we go this evening. You know, I like to read some of your comments. Trevor Brung is saying system work for the corrupt, indeed. Shondell Griffith is saying Caesar never ceased to amaze her. And that is Caesar, the cop she's talking about, and not Wayne Caesar on our program. So just a couple more comments. I will just glance at them, and then I'll just call it a night. And Guyana is a dark place currently. Of course, it's dark, Maria. It's very, very dark indeed. That's no lie. Absolutely no lie. Trust me, no lie at all. Brenda Casey saying thank you. Oh, wow. Somebody's saying thank you, Mark. Thank you. Thank you for saying thank me, for thanking me. All right. Maureen Williams said, I heard a firefighter charity was electrocuted. Yes, but he's been injured, but he's okay. But we still, two of them have been injured, so we got to wish them a speedy recovery. So I've got to go now, though. I just go and find something to do. The kids seem to be fast asleep, and so find something to do on this beautiful Thursday evening. My name is Mark Benshop. God bless you all. God bless our country. And if there's any other stuff early in the morning, we'll be back with you guys. Thanks a lot for making this a stronger and a bigger village for all of us. And let us thank Congressman Hakeem Jeffries for standing up and staying as strong as he is and not succumb to corrupt individuals. But we see the difference here with this guy, this soup drinker, this flatfoot hustler, Congressman Meeks, flatfoot hustler. But for now, I've got to go. Again, thank you all so much. We'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time. God bless all of you.
Yeah, my name is Jacinty Caldata, Francis Vietnam, and since 1965, I become a voter. And I always place my ex next to the cop. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore.
Mr. Mark, I believe every word of what Mr. Shu is saying. I am also.
Yeah, this is the elite team. The root team. Strong team.
Number one.
PPP team. Yeah. You understand? PPP all the way. Yeah.
So, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington law firm located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
And you're confident that you're going to deliver credible and fair elections?
Of course. Only one way I know.
Think about not eating chicken curry. Think about the police gotta come and you gotta hide your curry. You don't want those days back. We are voting for the people to secure our future and our children's future.
With another one, straight up, blackness I am. Aye. Who tell the truth? Margaret stop, defend the ghetto youth. Margaret stop, registration is the fruit. Margaret stop, straight up from the root. Margaret stop, who tell the truth? Margaret stop, defend the ghetto youth. Margaret stop, registration is the fruit. Margaret stop, straight up from the root. Margaret stop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up and scop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can need the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Who tell the truth? Margaret stop, defend the ghetto youth. Margaret stop, registration is the truth. Margaret stop, straight up from the root.
Hello, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you, so call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.